Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The DTC P0443 stands for EVAP Canister Purge Valve Circuit Malfunction, indicating an issue related to the evaporative emission control system in the 2016 to 2022 Honda Pilot. This diagnostic trouble code signifies that the engine control module, ECM, has identified a malfunction in the EVAP Canister Purge Valve circuit. This component is crucial for controlling the vapor release from the EVAP canister into the engine for combustion. This helps reduce harmful emissions and promotes vehicle efficiency. The purge valve is usually located in the engine compartment and plays a vital role in the overall functionality of the vehicle's emission system. If this circuit malfunctions, it can lead to a variety of issues, including failed emissions tests, poor fuel economy, and potential engine performance problems. The DTC P0443 points to a malfunction within the EVAP canister purge valve circuit, which is an essential part of the vehicle's emission control system. The EVAP system is designed to trap evaporative emissions from the fuel tank, preventing harmful vapors from escaping into the atmosphere. Specifically, the EVAP canister purge valve allows the engine to draw in those vapors for combustion. If this valve is faulty, it can either remain open or closed, each leading to disrupted engine performance. The valve is typically situated in the engine compartment, making it accessible for inspection and repair. Understanding its role helps in diagnosing issues related to the vehicle's emissions and overall efficiency. Likely causes for the DTC P0443 include a faulty EVAP canister purge valve, which may be either stuck open or closed, leading to improper vapor management. Circuit issues could also be a significant contributor. Wiring shorts or breaks may be disrupting communication between the purge valve and the engine control module, ECM. Additionally, poor connections at terminals can affect the electrical pulses necessary for the purge valve's operation. These potential failures indicate the importance of thorough inspections of the valve and its connection points. When diagnosing, it's critical to evaluate each possible cause systematically to ensure accurate troubleshooting. Symptoms associated with DTC P0443 can negatively impact driving experience and performance. One of the most noticeable symptoms is the illumination of the check engine light on the dashboard, alerting the driver to potential issues. Further, the malfunction of the EVAP canister purge valve can lead to poor fuel efficiency, as the engine may not be utilizing the vapor correctly. Additionally, this malfunction may result in a failed emissions test, as the vehicle will not meet environmental regulations set for permissible emissions levels. These symptoms highlight the importance of addressing DTC P0443 promptly to maintain vehicle efficiency and compliance with emission standards. To begin troubleshooting DTC P0443, start by turning the vehicle's ignition to the on position without starting the engine. Next, utilize the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to clear the current diagnostic trouble code. This step is essential as it resets the system and allows you to check for any pending or confirmed DTCs again. After clearing, start the engine and maintain idle at 3,000 RPM until the radiator fan activates, and then let it idle. This process helps create a situation where the EVAP system can be accurately assessed. Finally, check for any new DTCs to confirm whether the initial issue persists or if it was a temporary fault. For the second step in troubleshooting DTC P0443, you will need to determine whether the EVAP canister purge valve is stuck either in the open or closed position. First, ensure the vehicle is switched to the off position and allow the engine to cool down below 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Disconnect the vacuum hose from the EVAP canister purge valve, which is identified as component B In the engine compartment, attach a vacuum pump or gauge to the purge valve to assess its functionality. Start the engine and let it idle. Check for the presence of vacuum. If vacuum exists, it indicates that the purge valve is stuck open, guiding you to the subsequent steps for diagnosis. In this step, the objective is to assess the electrical integrity of the EVAP Canister Purge valve circuit. Begin by turning the vehicle to the off position and disconnecting the EVAP Canister Purge valve's 2P connector. This allows for accurate testing of continuity. Use a multimeter to check for continuity between test points, specifically terminal number 2 of the connector and a solid body ground. Ensure the vehicle remains in off mode during this test. If there is continuity, this indicates that the wiring and connections are intact and the diagnosis progresses. However, if there is no continuity, it suggests a fault in the valve itself, leading to potential replacement. For the fourth troubleshooting step, you will be checking for any shorts in the PCS line. Begin by jumping the SCS line using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, and wait for more than 1 minute for any readings. Next, disconnect the connector from the PCM, which is the powertrain control module. With both the EVAP Canister Purge valve connector and PCM connector disconnected, check for continuity between the valve connector number 2 and body ground. This allows for a comprehensive evaluation of the wiring integrity. If continuity is established, it suggests the wiring is intact. However, if no continuity is found, it indicates a potential short circuit in the PCS wiring, necessitating repairs. Step 5 in addressing DTC P0443 involves evaluating the IG1 VBSOL/IG1 ACG line for any open circuit conditions. First, turn the vehicle ignition to the off position and disconnect the 2P connector from the EVAP Canister Purge valve. Then switch the ignition to on and measure the voltage at test point number 1 on the 2P connector in relation to body ground. If the reading indicates battery voltage, it confirms that the IG1 line is functioning as intended. Conversely, if the voltage is absent, this suggests a potential open circuit, requiring repairs of the wire from the EVAP Canister Purge valve to the number C715A fuse, located within the under-dash fuse relay box. For the sixth step, again you will be dealing with the PCS purge control solenoid line by checking for continuity. Switch the vehicle to the off mode and ensure the SCS line is jumped with the HDS, waiting over a minute for the system to stabilize. Next, disconnect the PCM connector, C51P. You will measure continuity between test point number 2 of the EVAP Canister Purge valve 2P connector and number 12 of the PCM connector. Conduct this test while maintaining all components disconnected and the vehicle off. If continuity is present, it indicates that the PCS connection is solid. However, detecting no continuity will signal an open circuit issue in the wiring that requires immediate correction. The final step for diagnosing the DTC P0443 focuses on assessing the internal resistance of the EVAP Canister Purge valve itself. Ensure that the vehicle is in the off position and that both the EVAP Canister Purge valve 2P connector and the PCM connector are disconnected. Using a multimeter, measure the resistance between test points on the valve's 2P connector. The expected resistance value should range from approximately 23 to 26 ohms at room temperature. If the valve displays resistance within this range, it suggests the valve is functioning correctly. However, if the resistance falls outside this range, replacing the EVAP Canister Purge valve is necessary to restore system functionality. Upon completing all appropriate repairs for DTC P0443, it is crucial to verify that the fix is successful. Start by clearing the diagnostic trouble code using the HDS. Following that, operate the vehicle under typical conditions to ensure that it functions properly without any reinstated issues. Pay close attention to the dashboard for any check engine light indications. Upon completing a suitable driving cycle, return to the HDS to check for the absence of any new or pending DTCs. This final verification step reinforces the reliability of your repairs and ensures that the EVAP system is back to operating as designed. To preemptively address issues associated with the EVAP Canister Purge valve and avoid DTC P0443 in the future, performing routine maintenance is essential. Regular inspections of the EVAP components will help catch any physical wear or damage before it leads to failure. Additionally, inspect the wiring connections to ensure there's no fraying, corrosion, or other issues that could affect functionality. A clean fuel system also contributes to the overall health of the EVAP system. Ensure that fuel injectors and filters are well maintained. By habitually checking and servicing these elements, you can boost your vehicle's efficiency and longevity while minimizing potential emissions-related problems. In summary, DTC P0443 signifies an issue within the EVAP Canister Purge valve circuit, a crucial component for managing vehicle emissions. Thorough diagnostics and systematic troubleshooting are necessary to pinpoint the exact failure, whether it's due to component faults, circuit issues, or wiring defects. It's vital to have a grasp of how the EVAP system operates to effectively address such diagnostic trouble codes. Additionally, adopting a proactive preventive maintenance strategy will help in sustaining the integrity of the EVAP system and minimizing the recurrence of similar issues. Understanding and tackling DTC P0443 will ultimately contribute to improved vehicle performance and adherence to emissions standards. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time!